those that has to go for probation. All this can be done in this structured decision in another example, because you will set your system automatically. You don't need to be manually taking someone to another label or making him to repeat back to his previous label. This can only be done when you schedule your system automatically, that at so time, if somebody got this, should be promoted this to this. If somebody has this, should be depromoted back. All these things can be set when you are using your system. So that means you are structuring your decision. You don't need to come back and be doing it again. The system will do it automatically for you. Like now, in our university, those that are on probation, the lecturer or the department doesn't need to look at his paper and then send a message that to the management that this guy should go on probation. No, based on the system will now calculate his CGPA. Based on that calculation, the system will decide where to fix the student, either on the next level or on leave him at where he is, or he should go for probation. This can be done when you are using this structured decision. Unstructured decision. The decision requires human judgment and strategic insight, even though the MIS provide valuable data like industry trend and competitive analysis. So this one is just a system whereby, for example, in this our university again, unstructured. Now, if the student maybe write his exam and he's okay to be promoted to the next level, it is the HOD from the department that would determine those that are supposed to be promoted to the next class, or those that are supposed to go on probation manually without doing it automatically as using the system. And that will create a lot of problem. So computerizing your MIS from manual process to electronic process will be more better in terms of your decision. Then we have the role of MIS in a decision making. MIS decision making by providing timely and accurate data, improving service delivery. Now from the MIS, if you want to get an accurate information, you have to go to the MIS, because MIS, there, all the informations were there on your system, either in an Excel or in a university portal or in an organizational portal. So to get the accurate information, you can be able to generate it from the MIS office using their system or their database. Call those information or retrieve those information from the database without any error or misconfiguration. So that is the role of MIS in decision making. Anytime the organization wants to take a decision on a student or on the staff of that organization, all the profile of both student and the staff of that organization are there on the MIS portal. The management can automatically generate those reports with error-free from the portal and take decision with that information. Then the role of information of MIS in another scenario. MIS help analyze customer behavior, improving marketing effectiveness. Both this role of information in decision making and role of information in MIS is all the same. Role of MIS in another scenario, they are all the same. You can use MIS in your business organization. You can also use it in your university. In your organization, you have the accurate number of your staff, number of your product, everything is there. If you want to make any decision, you have to go back to the MIS your system, your system in your organization generate an accurate information from that site, so that you should not have duplicate or an error coming from a manual process. Then we gave a case study of Walmart. This automation, the Walmart uses MIS to monitor inventory level in real time across its stores. The Walmart is a system. It's a software that can be installed on your system. And the function of that Walmart is to be tracking your activities on the system, or what you have stored on your inventory management system. It's a software. You can use a Walmart, or you can use ordinary Microsoft Excel to record all your input and output of your businesses. But now I am giving an example of this software, Walmart. The system automatically render production when stock is low. Then we have another case study. The system support Amazon. Amazon is a platform on the internet, and the function Amazon do a lot of activities. You can buy so many things from Amazon. You can host your website, you can host your portal there at the Amazon, and you can use Amazon to track and get many information. Weather information and other information you can get them from the Amazon. So here I see Amazon uses MIS to track delivery time and customer satisfaction. That is why I say Amazon has a variety of business that they are doing. They are hosting, they are facilitating transaction from one company to another, and all those transactions were recorded on the Amazon platform, and it can be used, it can be generated at any time for management decision making. Decision making tools. We have the financial firm use a decision support system. Decision support system is a tool or a software that can be used to analyze or to generate a financial forecast and risk analysis for potential investment. So all these things, as an MIS officer, you need to have those softwares that can assist you or enable you to be able to get an accurate information and be able to analyze the data for decision making. Now we have the database, which is the number 5, the database management system. Database management system AR shows how entities are related, e.g. a guest make a reservation, and reservation is for a room. Let me give you an example. A relational database, like in the university now, we're using a relational database. Now you as a student, you have to supply your name. You have to supply your age. You have to supply your gender. You have to supply your phone number. You have to supply your email address to the database. So those information that you are supplying to the database is for a relational database, because all those information you are providing are related to you as a person. Hello? Your name, your sex, your gender, your email, your addresses, they are all information that describing you. You as a person, your name, you as a gender, male or female, you marital status, you age. All those information are there to describe you. So those information that are related to you are stored in a database. And that database is called a relational database, which is from there, organization can be able to get that information from that database. So now database, when we talk of database, we have different types of database. We have the MySQL database, and we have the Postgre, we have the Oracle database. All those databases were used to store information, to store, retrieve, delete, and edit information from the website or a portal of an organization. So now, when we talk of database management system, it's a way of storing those information in a relational database. An example of a relational database is MySQL, Postgre, Oracle, and the rest. They are there as a database that used to store organizational information for future use. Then we have the relational model. If you look at in the relational model, an example is that the customer table holds customer information, while the order table holds order information, a foreign key linked to orders to the corresponding customers. What they are trying to explain here in the case of a relational database or a database management system is that, you as a person, you have a lot of attributes attached to you. Maybe let me give you an example of the student in the university. You have your name information, as I mentioned, but you also have, since you are in the university, you have an information about your result, about your promotion, and other things. So now, in a database, you can have we can have your information in one table, and we can have a result table in another table. Now, all our students, we have their information in one table, and their result, anything that has to do with their result, in another table. So whenever we want to query a student with his result, then we now link the table together so that whenever we call a student, then the database will now query the result table, attach to it, so that the student will have his complete information, both result and his personal information. So now the relational database is a system where it links different tables that are attached to a person or a student in the university. So an example is the university database with student and course table. Now, a student has his information in one table, and courses are there in another table. When you supply your information, you have to go to the course table and select the courses that you are going to register for it. So this table is now linked together with your personal information table, so that anytime the system wants to generate your information, it has to query various tables within the database to get your information. And that method of relational database is very useful because it protects a lot of anomalies that may come into your database. If the database has been, if they put all your information in one table, both your result, both your personal information in one table, there must be a confusion or data analysis sometime when you are trying to query and information of a student. Now, but whenever you have a lot of table, because the more the table of
Please, what happened to the? See that the network went off.
this probably has more to do with database. Now, let me take it at the indexing. So I talk about an indexes, and I even gave an example of e-commerce site uses indexing to quickly search for product by name or categories. So the same thing with any other portal, even in the university portal, for easy or quick search, you have to get an ID and a search where you can quickly get information. You search person by name, or you search product by name or by number or by anything. You can be able to do that. The same thing with in your organization where you have a data set. Even if you are using Microsoft Excel, you know, it's a table. You can use name or any other things from the person profile and get his complete information. So indexing is very, very important in the MIS management. Then we talk about the backup and the recovery. So the backup and the recovery also, you need to have a backup, even if you are using your system, Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, to store your information. So that system that you are using is not safe. It can be hacked. It can be destroyed. It can have so many problems. The system may just crash, and that is all. So in that case, if you are using this Excel, Microsoft Word, this and that, there is not online-based database, then what you should do is to create a Dropbox. Save all your information, all the organizational information, save them on your Dropbox. Dropbox is always remain online. So now if the system get crashed, you can be able to recover those information from your Dropbox. Very, very important. So now, enterprise resource planning. And I gave an example that a manufacturing company integrate purchasing, production, inventory, finance, and human resources with an ERP system. Even we now in the university, we have started doing that. Now, we have the student portal, and we also have the human resource management, and we also have voicery automation. So now we are trying to link these three different portals together, so that if I am looking for information from the finance office, I don't need to go take myself from my office to that office and get what I want to get. I have to communicate them via this enterprise resource planning. You join them together, then you communicate together, so that you should not be having error or misplaced of papers somewhere in the organization. It's very important. So this thing can be managed by MIS. Even though The MIS, Management Information System Officer, must not be a programmer. No, but he can be an admin officer. After developing the system, they can now train the MIS staff on how to use the system, then create a login for them, give them admin privileges so that they can be able to control the system, manage the operation of the system. So by making it enterprises, you can join all your portals within that institution together so that you should be sharing information for decision making. Now, for example, like we have ODL. ODL is a school of itself in the university. It has a program from 100 level to 500 level. ODL, distance learning, online distance learning. Then we also have inventory of store. It's a software. We have the resource management software, budgetary automation software. All these have softwares. So they have to be joined together so that they should be sharing information. Controlled by who? By management MIS, Information System Officer. So an overview of this ERP system. A retail chain uses an ERP system to connect its sales, supply chain, and customer service department. This is the example that I have given you. That the store, the finance office, the human resources connect together so that you can share information to each other, but controlled by the MIS unit. You can also, apart from using with your local system, with your local software that you are using, maybe you don't have a platform like or a website of the organization or a portal of the organization, you can be able to network your system. You have your information in Microsoft Excel or Word, but you have already networked that organization. You create a LAN system in that organization. Based on that LAN, local area network, you can be able to share information within the organization. Share everything within the organization locally without even going to the internet or a portal. And this can be done. It's the same thing with enterprise resources planning. Now we also have the implementation. A pharmaceutical company implements SAP ERF Streamline its supply chain, automating drug production and shipment tracking. So now, I think as a business organization, you may have link to other organizations that maybe you are getting some product from them. Then you can now be able to connect your system, share information between your system and that of the other organization system, so that all your supply from them can be channeled through that system that you are using. And also, everything that you may need, you can only just communicate it through that system, and that will reduce a lot of time and other market factors. Also, we have the same thing with the implementation. A global logistic company adopts Oracle ERF to manage its shipping operation, financial and human resources. It's the same thing. An Oracle is a company, and the Oracle provides a database services. There, you can be able to connect, get an agreement to connect with them. They can be as an intermediary between you and the other organization, maybe that you may be getting product from them. They can be there, linked together, then you now be exchanging your information via this Oracle company and get what you want from the other companies. And also, the last, an ERP system for a large organization may include modules for finance, human resources, supply chain, and customer relationship management. This here, what we mean is that, let's say, for example, now in our university portal, we have the PG portal, postgraduate portal, we have the undergraduate portal, we have the LPT portal, that is distance learning portal, we have the part-time portal. So all these portal were based on modules. The DG portal was developed as a module. Undergraduate portal was developed as a module. So you, at the end, you now combine those modules together so that they should work at once. And that is why now, if you go to our university portal directly using nsuk.edu.ng, it will now take you to the main university portal. There you will see our module. You will see postgraduate link. You will see PG undergraduate link. You will see part-time link, and the other links are there. You combine them together. You can be able to be sharing information within that portal. It's a one portal, but with about 5 different modules combined together, and they can be able to be sharing some information within themselves. So you can also do it outside with the other organization. They have their own Moodle and you have your own Moodle, and maybe you are doing some kind of a business with them. Then you can communicate via that system in all your transactions with that company. So that is the use of this ERP. An ERP in a cloud. A tech startup uses a cloud-based ERP system to manage its finance project and human resources from any location. This cloud-based, that is where Google and Amazon comes in, because they are the one managing most of the things that you have hosted on the website. So what they were trying to say here now is that we have our own organization that maybe we are doing business with another organization, and maybe there is a need of exchanging information via our own website. Now, for us to be able to be doing that, we have to put our system on a cloud. That should be a cloud-based. So on this ERP, there is a cloud-based ERP software that can be used on your website, so that you should be sharing information or transaction with another different company, maybe in terms of purchasing, in terms of sharing some things there. It can be done there online. So ERP, there is a software, a cloud-based software of that ERP that can be put on your website, and from there you can be able to communicate with maybe another organization or company outside your country, anywhere in the globe. So these are the use of this ERP, and all these are the management information systems. So, but I don't know whether if you have some question that you can ask on this. Hello? Hello?
Hi, son.
I'm hearing you. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yes, sir. We thank you for the lecture. These MIS systems,
Yes.
do they come free or they have to be paid for?
No, what management information system? You are not buying anything. What you should do, it's a
The
way of
application,
managing. Yeah, you talk about the application now. For example, an example of MIS, ordinarily you can talk about Excel, you can talk about Microsoft Access. All these are software that are used for managing information. Then if you go to online, that is where we have a database like MySQL, Oracle, Postgre, and the rest. So let me explain to you. Once, if you want to be storing your information on the cloud, you need to have a website developed. You have to have your organizational website. So on that, your organizational website, they have to put a database into that website. A database could be a MySQL database. We have different database software. We have a MySQL database, we have Oracle database, we have Microsoft database, that of Bill Gates. They are all database. If you are developing your site, you have to get one of these database and connect it with your system. If it is connected to your system, whatever you do on that portal will go to database and save there for future use. Now, for example, ordinarily, if you are going to use Microsoft Excel or even Microsoft Word in your system, whatever you do, you have to save it on your system. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? You have to save it on your system.
I'm hearing you, sir.
Okay, you have to save it in your system. What you are saving there in your system is your own database. So anytime you want to make use of that information, you have to retrieve that information from your system. So management information system is just a way of managing information. That is why in an organization, you will see an office called Management Information System. In there, you will have a portal of that organization, website of that organization is controlled there. If you have a system, maybe that you are creating organizational information there, that system will be saving those information there for future retrieval and future use.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, doctor. Please, I'm sorry to take you back, sir. I am not quite clear with the point you mentioned before management information system as point number 4. The point before that one from the beginning.
Data, information, and knowledge management.
There's the third one now. That's one.
Which
and
one?
2, the third one. Before management information system, the point before that one.
Type of information system.
Types.
Or which one?
I didn't get that point. That's why I'm getting confused. I need to.
I don't know which number is that.
Under knowledge, knowledge management and
Okay, so let me go to that knowledge management system. It's under what? Data.
Yes. Point number 3.
Okay, knowledge management system. Which one you are talking about?
Point number 3, sir.
Knowledge sharing.
Okay. Knowledge sharing. Okay.
Or which one?
It could be that knowledge sharing because I have knowledge creation and I have management. Maybe it's that knowledge sharing.
The first one we have a knowledge management system. The second one we have knowledge sharing. The third we have knowledge creation and knowledge application.
Application. Thank you. It's application. It's
So that's
application.
why that on that application, how to apply those knowledge. That's what
Knowledge.
we are talking about. That's why I
Okay.
gave an example of university proposal uses past student performance. You know, a lecturer in the class, maybe at the end of the session or semester, he may like to see that his student has have a good result based on the how how he used to being a lecturer. You know, normally you need to see that your student has the best performance in the class in the department. So now, based on that, you look at the performance of your student at first semester, and the performance is poor. Then you need to ask yourself: is it from you or from the student? So if you can be able to discover that the problem is from you, then at the next semester you have to take a very precaution to make sure that you did well to them, so that they should be able to get a very good result at the end of the session. So now you have to use the knowledge you acquired at the first semester, that maybe the problem is the students are not serious. That is why maybe their performance is poor. Then this time around, you have to take a very strict measure to ensure that the student attend the class, do everything that they're supposed to do in the class, so that they should have a good result at the end of the session. So that's just the reason. You have to apply the knowledge of what you have gotten before to the present situation.
Thank you, sir. I'm okay, sir.
Oh, sir. Hello, sir.
I'm hearing you.
Yes, I wish to find out in the acronym SQL. Select query. What does the L stand for?
Language.
Thank you very much. Select query language.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know the system like that. Let me explain something to you. You know, for you to be able to retrieve information from the database understands a language called structured query language. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
Hello?
We are getting you, sir.
So what I am saying is that the database has a format of retrieving information from it. And the format is the structured query language. So that's the only language the database understands. Now, if you look at the example there on the database, you will see where they wrote, where I wrote select data, select customer name, total order value from orders customer, where total order value. Have you seen there?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Example. So now for what I am telling the system now, that select name, total order, value. That is what I want. The system should query name of the customer, the total order, from where? From order customer. We have about 2 different tables there. We have the customer table that carries his name, and we also have the table that carries order. So now I wanted to query, maybe the customer wanted to buy biscuit from my company. So now if I want, he has already applied on our portal. So you know the information has to go to our database. Now, if I want to get those items for the customer, now I will now go to my query. Even though it works at the back end, you are clicking this, clicking that, you will not understand what is happening at the background. But now, what they were trying to explain here is that select or go to the database and get the name of that customer, the total order he made, value. That means from where? From order customer table, where total order value is equals to 100 and the date is between this and that. So now what they were trying to say, there are so many different tables. If you want to get the information from them, the system will tell you select from where. You go to there, the system will go and select from which table you want the system to retrieve that information. And where that information, the value of that information is from 100 to 150. For example, now, if I want to query a student of a student in our class, the last student maybe is number 70. So now I will not say select student by name, total order. That is, let's say, let me change it to total number of class. Value, value, I will say from class table. I have a class table different. I have a student table different. Now I ask my system to go to the first table and select customer name for me. Then go to the total number class table and get number of that student. That where
and the time frame.
Yes, there are where. No, I say total order. Total order, let me give it as a customer name, class number. Class number. From where did I get this one? I will say, okay, number. I say customer, matric number. From where? From a department. From department. Where the total number of students is less than 100. So now, if I or greater than 100. Now, what I am telling the system now to go to our database, look at the customer, the student name, look at his matric number from the student table, where the total number of students is less than 100. If I now click on it, it will now generate people from a student of that class from 1 to 99. Are you getting me?
Yes, I am, sir.
It will generate a total number of students from 1 to 99. If I now say, okay, select student matric number from department, where the total number of where department, the student from that department is greater than 100. That means the system will now look at from 1 to 110 or above, any number that is above there, it will generate it for you. So that's the use of this query. And this is the only language that the database used to understand. So anytime, but it works at the background, you can't see it. On the portal, you just click on this, add your name, search this, search that. But at the background, this is what is going on. That's why I put an example for you to see it there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I think you should continue with the lecture, sir. We are done with the question for now, sir.
But now we're on the 10th this thing now. The 10th slide. The 10th slide. That's the last one. Where I talk about the ERP module, enterprise that module. And I gave an example of, I said that, giving an example of the university portal, I see the portal or an organization used to have different modules in their own website. Like now, in the university, we have the module for undergraduate, we have the module for PG program, we have the module for part-time, LBT, remedial, and so on. So you have to integrate them together so that they should work as a one. And that is where the relationship comes in. Instead, this thing can happen within the organization, and it can be put on top of the cloud whenever you want to share information with another organization. Maybe you have a customer that have their own portal where you make purchases. Then for you as a big customer, you can be able to connect your system with their system so that you can be exchanging information without any intermediary in between as a customer. So this thing can happen on a cloud from one portal to another. From within your organization, you can use share information within that your portal. That is number one. All our modules in the university, like that of part-time, undergraduate, this and that, we can be able to share information between each of the module, and there is no problem. So it can be managed by the management information system there in their office. But anything that has to do with cloud, that's why I gave example of module cloud. This cloud means that you are going to share your information outside your own portal, from your portal to another portal. So in there, you have to get an intermediary that is cloud-based. Your system must be on a cloud base. Your database is on cloud. You can make purchases from your company, share information to another company. Unlike, for example, using e-commerce, me as an individual, I will just go to their portal, make my order and submit. So that one is different. That sharing information on the cloud is that, like Jam, we can be able to generate student information maybe directly from the Jam as a result of connectivity between our portal and the Jam portal. So this one is also an MIS management, but that MIS management is sharing of information from the cloud between one system to another. But fully, an MIS can function well in terms of this issue of module. Now, every information that the university or a hospital may need, they may get it from the MIS, because that is where they store the information, where they used to store the organizational information there on the system, either manually or locally or online. So, and I gave you an example of locally. I see you have an information, maybe all the staff profile are saved in Microsoft Excel, and you save them in your own computer. If you want to share that information with your management on top, what you should do is just create a LAN, local area network. With that, you can be able to share information from one office to another. And this is another work of management information system. At the end of the day, what you all want to do is just to manage information, to make sure that the information of that organization is accurate, free from editing, modification, and this and that. But when you are using a cloud, let's say exchanging information from one organization to another, even though if you are using Google Cloud base, saving your information, they have all the security apparatus there that they can be able to protect your system on transit. Any information you send, they will try to protect it on transit so that the information can go safely to the intended destination. So now on that, you as a manager, as a MIS officer, you have to be sure and put concern on those that have privilege within that your organization, so that they should not misuse the privilege in such a way that maybe someone outside may be able to intercept their information when on transit, or he can be able to deceive him and get his username and password and make an attempt to tamper with any information. So the essence of MIS is to get an accurate information for an organization. But there are so many tools that are used to try to generate, process, and store information in the AMS. And these are the tools that we have been talking about, the processes, how you can be able to store those information. At the end, the essence is to get an accurate information, because the information is power and it has to be saved, keep accurately against any intruder or any person that may have tampered with the information. So in any organization, anywhere you are working, you must have to be very careful with this. Nowhere that information is not vital. Information is vital at anywhere. And there are tools, mechanisms, and software that are used to ensure that the information is processed and saved accurately without any tampering. So that's the essence of MIS, Management Information System. So there, the MIS is it's not the software, it's the management of the system, information system. Then there are tools that are used to assist you in managing this information. And there are staffs that are the one to be using the software for saving, retrieving, editing those information, either from the cloud or from a local within your offices and in your organization. So that is the lecture for today.
Just one quick question, sir.
Okay.
Can you just speak to us a little about the benefits and challenges of this ERP? And with that, I want to know how it relates to system security. Does it enhance it, compromise?
That was, I will. The reason why that I will not talk it now, because it will come to among, we have the information security and ethical issues there in our outline.
Okay.
Hello. So until when we come to that, you'll see the benefit, the challenges, and how to detect any attacks and other things. Look at the vulnerability of your system and other things that will loopholes that are in your system that will maybe attract hacker or any other malicious person to get access to that information. So we are going to talk about.
Hello, sir.
I'm hearing you.
Thank you for sharing the course outline. Do we have any kind of reference materials that we can read up additionally?
There is we are going to fix one day to talk about how you are going to get information or materials online.
Okay.
And that, I think that do you people have institutional email? Our university institutional email.
Hello.
No, sir. No, sir.
I don't have. I don't have.
So we have so many ways of. You have it? Hello?
No, I don't.
So now what I'm trying to say now, I am going to have a lecture on that, how to get books and other journals online that will aid you on this, your research, PhD and master's research. But what I wanted to even ask, I thank God that you talk about this this thing. I want you people to get all your names so that we should create our institutional email for you. That will allow you to get hand into some journals online that it's not like they don't use to get it free unless if you are a student. If you are a student with your matric, with your institutional email, they will allow you to get access to it. But if you are not, you cannot have access unless you pay for it. And there is another way that you can even try to bypass and get those journals for your research. All this can be discussed, and I will try to get a complete note on this one. Complete note. I will cover everything and send it to you. So we are going to fix one day. But before then, because we are going to use it practically there, before then, what we should do is you try to, I want the class rep to get all the name of all the students so that we should create an institutional email for them.
Okay, that's great.
So when we have that institutional email, then we'll now talk about how you can be able to do research, find books and other journals online that are free based because of your institutional email, and how to bypass some of the books and get them behind the door.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So who is going to get the okay, the class rep? We have two class rep. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. We have two class
Yes,
reps.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
I need to get the you know what you should do, but you have you need a complete name